After being asked numerous times as a PR professional, when should someone launch a PR initiative? I find that most of the time they try to launch too early, and timing is critical if you want to get press. The key is that you only have one chance to make a first impression. Your mom was right, and you don't want to blow this in the beginning. So what I see happening a lot is that you really want to make sure that your product or service is ready for the general public. A lot of times you're still working on sort of the first takeaway of it, or MVP, minimum viable product, and it's really not ready for public. So you want to make sure that you get to that stage, that you've tested your product out, that you've used focus groups, that you've made any changes that you need to make before it goes public. Another time when it's not right to launch your PR campaign is when you can't come up with an interesting story. Many times people think just because they have a new product or a new service, that's interesting, but it's really not. And you want to make sure maybe it's a launch of some new feature, or maybe you're launching the second edition of something, or maybe you're launching internationally. You have to have an interesting story angle. And the third thing, which I see very often, is companies make a mistake when they can't articulate their unique selling proposition. You need to be able to say and articulate very clearly why your product is different than other products that are similar that are out on the market. How are you different from your competition? How are you better? And how are you going to solve a problem for the audience? And once you can articulate that, then it is the right time to start thinking about reaching out to the press. Everybody wants good PR for their product or service. And the way to get it, though, you just really need to remember to be cautious, err on the conservative side. Don't rush. That is really the biggest problem that I see. You really want to make sure that your product is a finished product. You want to have an interesting story, and you want to be able to articulate why your product is different from the competition, and only then will you make a good first impression.